us, I swear, oh, now go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, them they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jello. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause na time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come oh. It is very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it down. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collect it bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. But now them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.
Kiwe wesu garani odianja nine odia nine nke purita kwa samado dendo nihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye na-agwọ ọrịa anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị onwe gị bụ sunele nke ndị agha ka igwe mere anyị ebere ka akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka ude nke anyị na-asụ wee bịa n'iru gị ka iwe eme ka Biafra wee guzosi ike ka anyị wee n'ikpete mazụ nye ha sọgotụtara nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ise mma mma dịrị gị Chineke mma mma dịrị gị.
I want you people to understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible will be done. And I want you people to understand that the Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment, plan by plan, executions by execution. We'll be executing those plans according to the template till the last one. And Biafra.
Let us go talk about the objective of your struggle and how do you intend to achieve it in practical terms?
In practical terms, it is civil disobedience. The same way that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of British colonial rule, the same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and unshackle the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. Material, life, blood will throw into it.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone who has connected wherever you're connecting us from. Those who are joining us on different platforms, we welcome you and we thank you for being part of the program. Please kindly like and share the program to other platforms, share to family and friends, share to those that are close to you. Don't keep it to yourself. Make sure you invite somebody to join us because we must preach this gospel. We must preach this gospel. No matter what the enemies are doing, no matter what they say, no matter their attacks, we must preach this gospel. We have come once again, just as we did in the morning, to continue to spread the gospel of Biafra. So that we can be able to keep the struggle alive. To make sure that we speak and also invite the international communities to hear us and hear us loud. As they continue to push their lies, their propaganda and their blackmail, we must not allow their lies to fly. Every one of us as Biafra, wherever you are, we must continue to create the global awareness in the cause of Biafra. Now that you know that those who are in the front line to speak for us are not there, we cannot see them anymore. The voices of the Biafra that we have all this while, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa, are no longer here. We must not stop making noise. Every one of us must tighten up our belt and work much more harder than we have ever done. That is the only way we can be able to overcome the enemies. That is the way we can overcome the challenges that is before us. If anyone tells you that the battle is easy, that person is deceiving you. We are engaging in a very fierce battle. And the only way we can win this battle is to remain consistent in whatever we are doing. Do not be discouraged. Do not be dismayed. No matter what you see, the attack, the propaganda, the blackmail, continue to be resilient. Contribute whatever you know you can in words, in actions. Don't wait for somebody to come and push you around or come and dictate for you what to do. My fellow Biafrans that are watching wherever you are watching this program from, I welcome you once again, and I have to remind you that in our platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come to preach hate. We don't attack people. We don't attack any religion or race. We focus on the self-determination of the Biafran people. Self-determination is our right, and we cannot give up that right to anybody. We will continue to hold on to it for as long as we can. So wherever you are and you feel you have to join us to discuss this evening, you can join us. All you need to do is to click the link. And once I see you on the link, I'm going to bring you in and you make your contribution. We are going to have a very quick one. We are not going to waste time on this very program today. We will be as brief as we can. We are here because we have made a promise that we'll be here. So, my fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you. Today, we know the talk of the town. We know what is raining everywhere. We know what the whole world is focusing on and what the whole world is saying. And we must not allow ourselves to be used and abused. We must not allow ourselves to be used and abused. No matter the propaganda, no matter the blackmail, we must continue to do what we know how to do best. And that is why I am here doing my own part. And this evening we are discussing on a very important topic. The topic of this evening says the blood connection from Northern genocide to Biafra pain. The blood connection from Northern genocide to Biafran pain. The truth Nigeria wants to silence. The truth Nigeria wants silenced. Nigeria wants to silence the truth, but we cannot allow them to silence it. In the morning, we spoke about the connection between the killing of Christians that is happening in the northern part of Nigeria and the genocide in Biafran land. These two have a very strong connection. The wastage of blood in Nigeria today has a very strong connection. Their agenda is one: to take over the land by force. That is the agenda. And it is the federal government of Nigeria that is sponsoring that agenda. They use the terrorists to do it in the north. And in the southeast, they use their soldiers in uniform to try as much as they can to subdue our land and take our land. But as Chukwu Okabama have it, anytime they try, they fail. They have tried on several occasions. They failed and they continue to fail and they will continue to fail. So wherever you are as a Biafran, this is the time that every one of us have to rise up and speak in one voice. It is no longer the time to complain. It is no longer the time to talk about issues that does not matter. It is now time to take responsibility. And wherever you are as a Biafran, you must tighten up your belt. Because every one of us have to partake in this and we all have to take responsibility. Don't say because it is not happening in your village, you will not speak. Don't say because it's not happening in your town, you will not speak. Remember that injustice against one is injustice against all. When you see what is happening in the zoo today, that had finally gotten to every part of that contraption. When it was happening in Biafran land, some people fail because they are not directly involved. They don't want to do anything about it. It happened in the north, some people didn't talk because it wasn't them. It happened in Middle Belt, people didn't pay attention because they were not directly involved. But today, you can see that everybody is now involved. It has become clear that nobody can run away from that. It is very clear. No matter how you try to run away from what is going on in Nigeria, no matter how you try to pretend to wish it away, you cannot wish it away. You can never wish it away. It will continue to haunt you. It will continue to stand before you. It will continue to speak loud before you. The more you try to escape it, the more it becomes more real. The more you try to escape it, the more it becomes more real. That is why every one of us have to be very, very careful in what you do and how you respond to these atrocities that is happening in the Zoological Republic. We must not ignore it. Everyone must continue to add their own opinion. Say it the way it is. If you hear something, say something. Don't you ever say, oh, it is not me, and because of that, you will not speak. Don't say it is not you, and because of that, you will not talk. It is going to get to everybody. The connection in the genocide that's happening in Nigeria is so much that we want to call the attention of the international community to pay attention. Everything that is happening today have its roots. Started first of all with the Igbo Biafra'S. How did they start with them? The pogrom in 1966. Many innocent Igbos were murdered in cold blood. Pregnant women and children were cut into pieces. Nobody did anything. Nobody was prosecuted up to this moment as we speak. And we endured it. They came down to civil war. They committed the same crime. Nobody said a word. The world moved on as if nothing happened. Nobody was punished. And today you can see the same thing playing out again. The same thing, genocide is playing out again, this time around in the northern part of Nigeria. And after so many years of crying and talking, finally, little by little, the international communities are realizing their mistakes. But another great mistake they are making today is to separate what is happening with what is happening in Biafra land. You cannot separate it. This is one event. The atrocity that is happening in Biafra land today is one event. So you can't separate it with the other. It is just the same thing. That is why it is of concern. And we have to continue to remind them that the genocide of the Christians in the northern part of Nigeria has everything to do with the genocide going on in Biafra land. The plans are the same, their intentions are the same, to exterminate indigenous people and take over their land. We want the whole world to be connecting the dots. Don't just sit by the side and watch. Connect the dots and see what we are crying about and what we are saying. Connect the dots. When you listen to the domestic tone, you listen to the dramatic tones of the whole thing, with the strong pauses for impact, you will understand that these things are just the same. Whether if it is happening in the northern part of Nigeria, in the southwestern part of Nigeria, or in whole southeastern region, Biafra land, the agenda is one: to take over the land from the indigenous people. That is the agenda. And they are trying everything they can to see that they carry this agenda out. But the Biafrans will not allow them. That is why they have unleashed mayhem on Biafrans. They know that you cannot take over Nigeria without, first of all, taking out the Biafrans, more especially the Igbos. And they know how impossible it is for them to deal with evils. So they employ terrorism to create fear. But I bet you fear will not make us to stop speaking or do what we have to do. Every one of us must continue to do what we have to do. The same Fulani extremist ideology drives both persecution, the persecution in Biafra land and the persecution in the northern part of Nigeria. It is the same Fulani extremist ideology that drives those persecutions. None is different from the other. Anytime you try to differentiate it, you are only creating problem for yourself. You cannot differentiate these things. They are one thing together. You cannot. The same government silence in the issue of Biafra is the same government silence you get in the case that we are just talking about and speaking on different platforms. Attack against Christians in the northern part of Nigeria. The same military complicity is what we see. We see military complicity in the northern part of Nigeria. In Biafra land, we'll see the same. In fact, in the Biafra land, they are in the front line committing the crime, taking the life of innocent people. And when you speak, they don't want you to speak. They want us all to be silent and die in silence. But some of us have refused to be silent, and we will continue to expose them. The same world silence that ignored Rwanda. The same world silence that ignored Biafra today. We must not allow it to continue. We must not allow it to continue. The world have to move and do something before it becomes so dangerous than what it is today. This is war against faith and freedom. In case you do not know, it is a heavy war against faith and freedom. They do not want us to be free. They do not want us to speak. They don't want us to act or be part of them. And they want us to accept it. It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable from the north to the east. It's unacceptable. Every one of you, wherever you are, you must pay attention to what we are saying. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. This is the time for us to take action to secure ourselves. We must take action to protect our families. We must take action to defend everything that is around us. We must speak louder than fear. Many of us have been gripped with fear. Many of us are so afraid that they can't be able to help themselves anymore. But we cannot continue in that fear. We must continue to demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and every political prisoner. We must continue to speak. We must unite together. We must unite together. Unite as Christians, as Igbos, as traditional religions. We must unite together. With all victims of injustice, we must unite. Go for it and fight this battle and win it. Every one of us will continue to demand the international recognition of both genocide, the genocide in Biafra land and the genocide in Yoruba land. Everywhere there's genocide, we must continue to demand justice. We must continue to demand justice. The genocide in Biafra land, the genocide in the northern part of Nigeria, among the Christians, in the southwest, wherever there is genocide, people must be held accountable. My fellow Biafrans that are watching and people of the world, I want you to pay attention to what we are saying today. Don't say you are not warned. Don't say you are not aware. These informations are very important that everybody must key into it Not just key into it and do what you are supposed to do. We must do what we have to do to protect our land, to protect our future. If you refuse to do what you are supposed to do, you are going to pay a heavy price. The price is so heavy that you regret why you didn't do what you're supposed to do. A lot of things are going to be on the way to discourage you. I urge you in the name of Chukwu, do not discourage. Remain consistent and strong. Because the Egyptian you see today, you shall see no more very soon. Don't get carried away. Don't allow the will of the enemy to overtake you. Don't allow the plan of the enemies to succeed within you. That is why every one of us have to be very strong. If you know how to pray, you pray. If you know the God you worship him and seek for protection. We know that our enemies are huge. Our enemies are huge and not easy to manage. So we will continue to demand. We will continue to demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and also demand for the freedom of the Biafrans, regardless what anybody can say. So my fellow Biafran that are watching this program, wherever you're watching from, I saw a program where some other people are adding their voice, a human rights group in the United States. They are adding their voice to demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is something that we are supposed to be doing long time ago. I know we have many people, Biafrans, who are politicians in the United States. We have them as military men in all fields. We are expecting them to move this group. You know those strong groups that can make effect in the United States. Speak to them, talk to them, go to them and say your stories. Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said in one of the programs. You are there in the United States. You're waiting people from other countries to come and do things. Meanwhile, you're in the United States. You should take up the challenge. Take up the challenge. Buy the things you need to buy to go. Take all what you need to take to go. And make sure you're there. My fellow Biafrans, I want us to pay attention to this very video that I'm about to play. It's about some of the groups in the United States that have come together to demand for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Sending a strong message to the Nigerian government. It's a right step in the right direction, but we can't stop there. Everyone has to go further to do more. I still remember that Mazi Simon Ekpa said that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come through extraordinary means because he was rendition extraordinary. As he was rendition extraordinary, his release is going to be extraordinary. All we have to do is to continue to pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. Pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's health. Pray that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be broken. He has suffered a lot for you and I, and continue to suffer. Wherever you are as a Biafran, you must stand tall this time. This is not the time to get weak and run away. This is not the time to fight halfway and go. No, you must be there. Every one of us must be here, adding our own quota until our freedom is guaranteed. So my fellow Biafrans, I want to play this very program so that you can hear what they discussed about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Come back to the issue of rights group within the United States, asking that the issue of Nnamdi Kanu be looked at again. A few of them. Rising Sun advocates for victims of injustice and discrimination, AVID, and also Ambassadors for Self-Determination. These are some of the rights groups based in the United States that are asking for a review of the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Let's go to Comrade Christopher Ojekere. Let me start off with you on this one. Do you think this makes any difference, really? As Nnamdi Kanu just the other day talked about how ill health is, how some illnesses are affecting him, and he feels like he's dying constantly. Do you think Nigerian government will listen to some of these rights? We've seen that these are coming from the abroad. Do you think it will make any difference? Well, it's a bit of a complicated issue in the sense that Nnamdi Kanu was pursuing a political agenda which was hurting the state and especially the region where he comes from, which is the southeast. However, Nnamdi Kanu has been kept in prison for longer than I think you have any law to sustain or justify. And that's why the right group went.
The lie they spill is that when they tell these lies, we interrupt them. The self-determination of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not hurting anybody in the southeast. Stop pushing these lies that you are pushing. Self-determination of the Biafran people is not causing any trouble to anybody. It's not causing any hindrance to anybody. It's not causing any obstacle to anybody. The only people that brought troubles, confusion, disorganization, insecurity into that trouble is the federal government of Nigeria. Nigerian government are very good at creating, when they see something that is strong, they will create something that looks like it to either to damage it. They are very good in that. And that is what they did with the IPOB, with the ESN. So from that angle you are coming, I disagree with you. Say things the way they are. You wouldn't do that. But because of your envelope, we always try to dance around words. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent man and deserves to be free with immediate effect, regardless what anybody thinks.
What would be the solution? The solution would be that you now sit down on a round table with Nnamdi Kanu and maybe representative of the Southeast and extract some conditions that will now lead to peace and his release. I understand that there was a time he was going to be given an.
You say Nnamdi Kanu and representatives of the Southeast. The only representative the Southeast has is Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know why you will not understand that. These caliphate politicians that you put in the Southeast think they are the ones that we're going to trust. The only candidate that is for people from the Southeast now is Nnamdi Kanu. And we continue to hold that and hold it strong. There is no going back.
A conditional release, and we rejected that. The truth of the matter is that all of the problems we have that with respect to ESN and so on and so forth in the Southeast, leading to loss of manpower by their, stay-at-home policy, and a lot of the killings that are going on in the forests were all initiated by the statements against the Nigerian state. That itself has developed wings. So we cannot justify, I have never justified Nnamdi Kanu's, approach to seeking for liberation for Biafra or his people. However, you cannot correct an illegality by another illegality. He has been kept there.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any illegality. He did not, has never done. And that was why he was able to preach the gospel of self-determination all the way from England for more than a decade. He was never invited one day. He was never arrested until Nigeria went and kidnapped him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not committed any crime, has never committed any crime, has not committed any up to now. So when you are pushing this, your narrative, try to paint Mazi Nnamdi Kanu violence, try to paint him as a source of insecurity in the South. He is not. The insecurity in the Southeast is created and caused by the governor, through the government. The government of Nigeria is fully aware of the insecurity and they sponsored it. This is a fact. And when you are speaking, it is better you focus on facts But what we see are brown envelope journalists who come here to tell the government what they want to hear, or to read the scripts that have been given to them by the Janjaweed. But I pray, as you are selling your soul to Janjaweed, I pray that you will survive it.
Too long. It's not helping anybody. Nobody is going forward with the matter. Now, the only thing to do is to listen to the right group. But as we know it in Nigeria, every president is apprehensive that if he is the president that will preside over releasing in Africa, he's going to take responsibility for what will happen thereafter. And that is why I said it should be a representation of people from Nnamdi extraction, that is the South, who will sit down with the federal government and obtain conditions upon which Nnamdi should be released. I think the matter is long enough, and that suggestion is noble and noble.
All right, thank you so much, Comrade Christopher, for your submission. Let's get your opinion also on this particular one. Mr. Jambaki, if you can hear me. Do you think at this point in time, with the way this particular case has dragged thus far, that we're going to find maybe a lawful solution to, out of court to settle this particular case? Remember that over 50 lawmakers went to visit the president to talk about the release of Nnamdi Kanu. So many other prominent politicians have also chimed into this, and they are calling for his release and all that. Do you think we're going to see that? Remember that the indigenous people of Biafra, or the call for Biafra, the agitation, did not just start with Nnamdi Kanu. It's more like now an ideology that linked that for so long. It was even what led to the war that Nigeria experienced, Biafra War, 1967 to 1970. Help us walk around this place.
Yes, I think that it's beyond just the release of Nnamdi Kanu. It's an ideology that must be addressed. Even if you release Nnamdi Kanu and you shut him up, there are other Nnamdi Kanus that will come up with the same issue on the table of our national discourse. I think the kinetic aspect of Biafra war has ended.
It has not ended.
We have entered into the Cold War ever since.
The kinetic part of that war has not ended. Both the kinetic and the Cold War is going on at the same time. You might be living in Nigeria and you don't know what is happening. How can you say the kinetic approach of that war has finished when the Chief of Army Staff came on live television and told you that they are fighting asymmetric warfare in Biafra? He came back again and said they are fighting jungle warfare. War is not a game to a uniformed man. And you don't ask, how are they fighting this war? We have seen several videos that emerge of how they are waging war against the Biafran people, taking innocent life at random. And here you are saying that the kinetic approach has ended. It has not ended, it has just started. And they continue to murder innocent people. Go ahead.
The war ended. We are in a different phase that has never been addressed by the Nigerian that we need today. So I think it's beyond just Kanu as an individual, and we need to disagree to agree. We need to disagree agreeably, if you want it. We as Nigerians, we have never negotiated our union. And I think that's what Nnamdi Kanu represents. It's not just the Biafra. It represents the gap in the formation of Nigeria that needs to be addressed. There are so many issues of marginalization that needs to be addressed. So, but for Nnamdi Kanu in particular, it is for me even a shame that someone far away from the US will have to call on us to do the right thing. There is no point keeping him for this far, for keeping him too long. I don't think he is a major threat. There are other threats that we dealt with, and that there are other more dangerous people that we were negotiating with. Why is it difficult to also negotiate and find a way out of the Nnamdi Kanu? Somebody wants to speak with him. It's a personal thing and not a national thing. Okay, all right.
So they cannot hide it away, no matter how they continue to push it. The guy that has to make a statement, a right group in the United States is urging Nigeria to look into the continuous detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And it becomes a topic again. And whenever they talk about this, only when an international body speaks, then they will kill him. Apart from that, they never do anything. This is the Nigeria we are seeing. You're welcome, my beloved brother Christian. Go ahead and talk to us, my brother Christian.
My brother choose Ike Guru, but I just want to commend you and pray. Kachineke, there's called argument now because we need it like never before.
Yes.
It's like the time is fast approaching, you know, and the enemies, they are also working tirelessly day and night because they can feel the pressure is bubbling up. And just like the last word you just said, the last thing you just said, that this so-called right group, whatever it is, whether they are Igbos or whatever, is when international community begin to talk, then they begin to talk.
That is it.
If everything dies down, so
they go to sleep.
You know, so you begin to wonder. He said?
Yeah, they go to sleep. As soon as the international community keeps quiet, they go to sleep. They forget about it.
Yeah. So you begin to wonder that truly, it's like the battle is, as the Bible says, flesh and blood. You know, this is beyond human imagination. Do you know why I came in now? I just now. I saw on VOP, this same VOP, I don't know if it's another version, but on this VOP, they put breaking news, and that breaking news, Anosike, there's one Igbo man, Igbo man, Anosike. You must know Anosike, the one that talks.
When I saw that news, I was surprised. I looked at that news, then I went to check
exactly
if I can see if something happened.
Exactly.
I searched in Twitter, I went to other platforms I can go, reach out to people I can reach to, nothing.
Okay.
But look at the topic they use. Just look at the title they use in their program.
Okay. Now, the guy, that guy, Dan Anosike, when they talk like person when get dementia, if you talk now, tomorrow you talk a different thing, both sides of his mouth. So when I saw it, and he is there as we speak now, the Anosike is there, and the headline says that Nnamdi Kanu has been set free after Alex Otis meeting with Tinubu. And I was like, and I click it, so it just so happened that it's just another clickbait sort of, right? Now, so you can clearly see that we are battling not like, again, like the Bible said, not flesh and blood, because people who are, it's like, I don't know what's going on. How can they put up such a headline when they know that
at this critical point in time? Imagine.
At this critical, and not just, and giving the type of people who are in that program. That Anosike guy, they say he's a lawyer. I don't know what they said he is. Like he's always the other one, Darlington, is always on that program. So this is not some random. This is not some random YouTuber looking for clickbait. If you know what I mean, right? Because VOP so far has become more like a mainstream media in a way, because they are trying. You see, VOP is a mainstream media now in the zoo, and for them to put up such deceitful headline for people to rush in and click, that's to tell you the time we live in. it's a terrible time, and ndị ọrụ ekwensu ha niile ka Chineke ga-akpọcha anyị n'ọkụ because they are at war, and the war will consume them. As we speak now, even this evening, I don't know from that na Abuja, it seems to me, we just have to watch and see, but it seems to me like they're beginning to identify ndị Igbo. People with Igbo's name, they are ndị nwa afa ndị Igbo, ndị nwa afa Igbo. They're beginning to identify them because there's one doctor they just killed today, this evening, and they adopted his 3 children. They came into his apartment, adopt his 3 children, slaughter and murder him and whisk away with the children. And it wasn't a few days ago or thereabout that they killed another one, the lady that jumped, right?
Yes.
So obviously, it was today again we were talking about Ndi Igbo relocating. Leaving this Abuja is not safe. Leaving the place. Why? Because the government of the day, this Tinubu government, they are all in it. For me, when I say these things, I know why I'm saying it. They are all in it.
You're right. Yeah.
This very Tinubu government is like one drowning in the water now. They are working assiduously with the terrorists. So if you're an Igbo person, if you're a Biafran and you live in Abuja in particular, I'm sorry, with that name tag, Biafra or Igbo, you are a target, and they will not spare you. It's a war against Christians and Biafrans. That is sure. That is for real. People can talk.
It's connected. They can say anything. It's connected.
They can lie all they want. It's against Christians and Biafran. Why is it Biafra? Because Biafrans are the one region that is like 90-something% Christians, and they are after them. They just don't want Christianity in the. As we speak now, also there's a bishop, maybe from Benue thereabout, who is testifying now in the U.S. Senate, or probably a few days ago, because I think they're in a lockdown. I don't know. But the thing is that if we have representative like maybe let's say that brother Okechukwu, or people who lives in the US, right? Or even Ngozi Arabeze, who campaign very seriously for this. Those are places they ought to go and be able to break it down, because this bishop who I said testify, I think is the second one I've seen that has testified to the US Senate about what.
When you see these people making noise up and down, that is why I just change my directions and do what I have to do on my part.
Yeah, you have to
stop listening to all this rubbish. All this rubbish they are spewing everywhere, doing nothing. You can see how many times have the Northerners have gone to meeting Donald Trump to go to their Senate and speak several times on their issues. Today, finally, their issue is on the front line. But you have a bunch of people who are there, bunch of people who come there to claim what they are not. They are there in the United States, they're doing nothing. And yet you want to make the talking about.
How much more? How much more you who is eloquent, you have a better presentation at the Senate, and you whom lots of Biafrans are supporting, and you who campaigned for Donald Trump. There is a video evidence how you urge Biafrans to go out and campaign for him. How can you not find your way to address the Senate? Let them know the genocidal activities going on facing your people. How can they? Every time if you come, you talk about passport, ID card, and all of us returning. Where do you return? How do you return? Return to where? You talk about the governors of the 40 states. You cannot be a governor of a country that you don't have control over. It's not possible. That is like more or less like online business. Okay, you have governor. They are online governors. It's online passport, because first of all, you have to him that controls the things that goes on there. But you are not in charge. Criminal impostor, these governors in Igbo land, they are very much in charge. And you are saying that soon it will begin to go, you make passport or you make ID card. Where are you going to use it? I don't know how you can. You have to have sovereignty. You have to have authority in the land to be. Which country anywhere you go to present a Biafran passport, and it's not possible. It's just not possible. So my point is, if they are doing it for a potential future use, fine. But above all, but above all, you must be able to seize. These are the advantages. You are educated. You are eloquent. You know, you are able to put the walls and the needs across in a very understandable manner. The people are waiting. They want to hear. The Senate, what is the name of this guy? I'm trying to remember his name. He is championing it. He's a Christian. He's a Zionist. Oh my God! I'm just oh shit! It just
now that the US media are capitalizing on that genocide in the north, is an opportunity.
Exactly.
For us to go there and present these issues and tell them how these things are related. Just go. It's very easy, and they will give you the platform to speak at this point in time.
Brachus, the guy, his name is Ted Cruz, right? He's a Christian. He's a Christian Zionist. He goes all out anywhere to protect the interests of Christians, because people, there is no secret that Christians are the most maligned all over the world. If you kill some Muslims, United Nations everywhere, they begin to shout. But in Nigeria, undeniably, in Sudan, in so many of these guys like Ted Cruz and Mike Johnson, they are waiting for somebody who can come up and give them the evidence and explain to them what is going on. They're not from Benue. When he speaks, because these are one Nigerians, but because they are suffering the terrorism from the Fulanis, they've massacred his own population, everybody, burned their houses, everything. So he came there. I don't know with which connection the bishop was able to come there. How much more you, who is the USB leader for now, the connection and the father. Look, come on now. You have what it takes, and you know some people who works in that administration. How can you not go to the Senate and present the issue of Biafra? Even though okay for him, it's not different because he's always like the case of one leg in, one leg out. But you, who is leading a group or who is leading the nation now on behalf of others, you should be able to. If you don't think to go and cry on to the Senate House, US, that our people, this a total annihilation of our people who are, they will listen to you. That way, especially now with the whole pressure rising up, because as we speak now, the pressure is getting to them by coming out to say the role, because is now on them. They will again issue people have to operate. The Tunubus and the Sultan of Sokoto are done because the eyes is on them. They've been doing this. So it will come down to an extent, like to burn church and kill and this. They will just come down just to say, or they may even go and begin to bomb some mosque so that they will come out and say, that is both sides. There is no only Christian. If you know what I mean.
You see
Hello?
The problem.
You there, hear me?
I hear you, but it's like it's breaking up. It's like your network is breaking up a little bit. It's shaking, but I'm hearing you. So the problem,
yeah, now because
the problem there we are seeing now is that hello, I can hear you. Though that is shaking is kind of breaking up. I can hear you, but it's breaking up. So you see, just like you're saying now, opportunity has presented itself for us to make our case and even increase the pressure. Just like you said, they have already started changing the narrative. Can you see that their media now is denying the fact that the genocide is against the Christians? They are even, the media of Nigeria now is joining hand to talk about herdsmen and herdsmen and farmers clashes. That is what they are pushing.
Yeah.
Look at the voices who have spoken before. Fani Kayode was in the forefront of speaking about this issue before. During the time of Muhammad Buhari.
Yeah.
He was in the
now
forefront.
He denied.
Including this clown.
Now he denied.
This clown. Both of them are denying. Go to Nigerian media now. Everyone is playing that issue down. They are playing it down. So what we are supposed to do is also go all out. Go all out. The opportunity has presented itself in
take advantage. take advantage of it.
Most of them in the media are talking about it. You join them. From there, you switch in and put in the issue of Biafra there. Increase the pressure.
Yeah.
That is what we need to increase that pressure.
Exactly.
But you wouldn't do that. Nobody is doing that. Everybody is just busy gossiping, facing saga, thinking about who calls you name and who did not call you name. Promoting something that doesn't really make sense, something that doesn't really make sense, something that you can't achieve anything from. You are promoting it, and you forget about the thing that matters, the main issue. And I don't know how I don't know whether if I'm the only one seeing it. You know, sometimes if you can understand the way I do my program, I try to avoid calling anybody's name or talking about anybody. Let's everybody be. I believe that we Biafra are supposed to have common sense.
Yes,
we are supposed to have common sense to know what we are supposed to do. We are supposed
exactly.
to know. But some people, they will expect you to come and say this. That I'm not part of those who will come and say, I want to talk about this man or this woman or that. No, I don't do that. It's left for you. But when the issue comes that we need to talk, we talk about this straight in the open way. It's left for you to either listen or not to listen. It's up to them.
Mazi, I think you hear me. That is why I said that. I am so seriously, bro, because they must be able to take advantage of the situation. I expect the USB government to take advantage of this opportunity that has offered it safe. But if they are not taking advantage of it, so what is going on then? Because accusation, counter accusation, back and forth from CRC.
If you go to the platform now where they are doing saga, you will see them. They will sit up there just listening. What they are busy. They will go and look at what this person say in his program. They will usually come and do program. You come and look for this is what you have been doing for the past 10 months. For the past 10 months.
Yeah.
And you are promoting it, and Biafra'S are going there to watch, and they are promoting that nonsense.
Okay. With no step forward. See the same thing. The home is where the other day when I talk something, Greg and some of them, they say I'm talking water. That I have to bring money. That you need money to do water. All the money when then they bring says, wait, you have to what for man? As I was direct debit, I was doing every month from my account. Not with this government, not with this again, but the organ carrier and also, and at the end they will come online to shame us that we they put 50 pounds and whether not 50 pounds then go take get Biafra, they put 10,000, 20,000. But at the end, where is it? Where it go? They enter their pocket. I mean, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You know. There has to be something, a movement that somebody can say. Like I said, you have to go to the people that matters. Because if America does not, if they don't see the need to support you in what you are doing, you are wasting your time. Yes, just wasting your time. But with this pressure now, but with this pressure now, this fire that is burning, we can't always wait for God to come and act from heaven. We have to also take advantage of opportunity that is offering. The zoo is collapsing.
A very great opportunity. Do you know how long we have been waiting for? At least, even when Mazi Simon was doing a program, Mazi Simon capitalized on this genocide of the Christians in the north. That was one of his programs I played today. I will still play it when I'm doing program where he was capitalizing on that very issue, and he connected to what is happening in Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi did the same thing. Mazi Nnamdi went to the lesson of telling them, take Biafra as an alternative. We are going to receive all the northern Christians in the core north. The northern Christians in the core north, they want to exterminate. We will take them and bring them into our side. We believe that is the case. These are things opportunity present itself. You go there and connect these things. I really don't know what to say, my brother. I really want. I just pray that God will help us. Only God will help us. That's
that is it. Because for me, I've been saying all along that if I was in America, if I was a resident in the US, that would just be my target to see how I can. It's not the most difficult, the hardest thing to do in life. Trust me. They will give you audience to speak your mind. I mean, like I said, look at this bishop from Middle Belt. Yeah, most likely from Middle Belt. He's not very, should I say, articulate. He's not very articulated or very that much fluent in English, but he's doing his
if those
best.
people can lobby to the extent of going to the Senate, why can't we do it?
Yeah. So why is it that we don't have people in USB who has lived in US for so long? Some have even born there. I'm telling you, how can they not go there and present our situation to them, present our case to them? No. So with all this, the suspicion, like we, I always use the word, the jury is out, and we remain until people see that there's genuineness in it. The jury will continue to remain. And that is why some people too, they have this lackluster attitude, because we've been there so many times.
So many people are no longer interested. So many people are losing their interest.
I have some friends in Switzerland who were also monthly donation. They were doing this. But at the end, people, you think that you don't even know on whose side are they? Are they really joining, seeking for Biafra, or they are just being used by politicians or the government, the zoo government or the zoo politician? You just don't know, because there's no way as a human being to know the deep heart of human being. There's a way Shakespeare put it. You can never know. Somebody will tell you, I'm fighting for Biafra, but deep down, they're doing something else. So that is the situation. But again, God Almighty, I know, and I've always said, just like a camel, the analogy of a camel and a needle, God will find a way in his time. I don't believe in human being. I don't believe in people, because we've been there severally, okay? And I believe that God will keep Nnamdi Kanu. The zoo, they've continued to try, but they will continue to fail. It doesn't matter the number of all what they plan with the criminal Igbo politician. God will put them all to shame, because Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent human being. You may not like his presentation, you may not like his way of doing it, but he's fighting a just cause. Now, like I said, it's possible moving forward that they will be targeting anybody bearing Igbo name in Abuja, because this just happened now again after the one of that girl, and the government is not in charge of Abuja. They are just trying to see their way through. If the terrorists want to march onto the Aso Rock anytime, they will do it if they choose it.
Even being in that DSS, is he safe? He's not safe.
Exactly.
One day they might attack that DSS and overrun it. People who have overrun barracks.
Yeah.
Who have overrun
Can you
barracks.
imagine? Imagine if they can overrun the military barracks, kill and kidnap and cut away with weapons. What is the DSS this thing? So not moving forward. Stuff are just gonna be happening left, right, and center. We just continue to pray to God to use His infinite wisdom and power to oh my goodness, it's incredible. My brother.
What is happening is really heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Sometimes I just don't know what to say, but I try as much as possible to control myself and try to focus on things that have to be done, continue to create the awareness, because that is the major thing that Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi needs, this awareness, because nobody is there to create the awareness for them.
Nobody.
When Mazi Simon Ekpa was around, you find out that if it was Mazi Simon, with this condition of Mazi Nnamdi, he's going to create an international, he will draw international attention immediately.
Yeah.
But today everything is just there. So the little we can do, we do. Anybody can do anything. Just do whatever you can do. It's every man to himself. Every man himself. Apply your brain, apply your common sense, and save yourself and secure yourself. While we look forward and see what Chukwu Gabian is going to do for us. Let's hear the last part of this discussion.
But before we come back to the studio, I'd like to go back to Comrade Ojekere, because he said something that I'd like for us to interrogate. Comrade Ojekere, you said something like that no president is willing to take responsibility for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. You have two presidents now, Muhammadu Buhari and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that they are scared to take responsibility for his release because of what might happen in that region if he is released.
Now, I'd like for you to tell us how much of ethnic politics has gone into his incarceration. I ask that in light of the fact that, according to what the other guys say, you are negotiating with people that have caused more damage, more harm than whatever Nnamdi Kanu did in some parts of the country. Yet, you find it convenient. You are not taking responsibility for all of that, but you don't want to take responsibility for the problem in the southeast simply because you will be the one to have released Nnamdi Kanu. How much of ethnic politics has gone into all of this? Like the other speaker too said, that he thinks that it is something that is personal, and that is what is still keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention. Can you help us talk about all of that? I'd like for you to
imagine. Very good question. Let's hear what he will respond. Let's hear what he will respond.
The reasons why Peter Obi is so popular is because he's been the first people man that have broken the chains of having a national followership of the kind of magnitude that he commands, which was going to be a healing point to the bifurcation in our national politics. That opportunity is, absolutely commendable. Now, presidents upon presidents have phobia for the Southeast. The Southeast themselves have not also helped matters because they have refused to push themselves into mainstream politics, which is why I think that the Ohanese now, rightly or wrongly or pretentiously or genuinely, are trying to support presidents Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, the Southeast have not pushed themselves too much into the mainstream Nigerian politics. They've always acted as if there's elements of Biafra'Sism in their attitude to Nigeria. So the phobia remains with people from other regions to keep the Southeast in check. I know now the Kanu having exposed his ideology of an unpretentious Biafra. They think that the only way to do that, to contain that ideology, is to keep him in prison. But that also doesn't answer all of your questions, because as Solomon, sorry if I'm mistaken, Yusuf, referred to, we are negotiating with other people. We are negotiating with people from the north. Turkey, for instance, who is a known terrorist and, a sworn enemy of the state. You see that, in fact, I saw video clips the other day where we're beginning to honor terrorists on state functions, in state functions. So it's a political thing, it's an ethnic thing. The two people have to meet themselves halfway. The Biafra'S have to come out to prove beyond every reasonable doubt that they want to be part of Nigeria. And Nigeria must open the door to allow Biafra to do this. And that's why, the
You see, this thing, this idiot is saying here is one of the major problems This is why we must never go back to Nigeria. This is why no Biafra must ever think of going to Nigeria. That in anything you want to do under Nigeria, you must prove. You must prove. You must give a proof to them that you are one Nigeria. You must prove to them that you are going to be a slave. Do you know that Muhammad Buhari, just of recent, Goodluck Jonathan confirmed it again, that Muhammad Buhari was nominated by terrorist group Boko Haram. They nominated him to come and negotiate on their behalf. A terrorist group nominated Muhammad Buhari before he became a president. And he spoke and stood on their behalf. And yet, this man became a president. Can you imagine Peter Obi opening his mouth to speak and negotiate on behalf of IPOB?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Peter Obi will not even open his mouth to mention Mazen Nandekan in any of his rally.
And yet, he don't have a chance to.
Still prove.
But the dreaded terrorist that the world know, Boko Haram, they
nominated Buhari
to be their
spokesperson.
And yet he went ahead. Oh, okay.
You see, when we say it is, the people think Goodluck Jonathan confirmed it again recently, a few days ago, that the Boko Haram nominated late Muhammad Buhari to stand in for them. And when they nominated, he thought that for nominating Buhari, that then the thing is going to be easy to be solved. Which means Muhammad Buhari went into that negotiation on behalf of Boko Haram. And yet, after this, he came back and contested as a president. You can imagine the trust a group will have on you to tell you, go and speak on our behalf. For somebody to give you that power of attorney to go on his behalf, do you know what it means? And that man succeeded in becoming the president of Nigeria, ruled for 8 good years, dead or alive.
Yeah.
But today, this idiot is standing here telling you that anybody who is going to come from you, that we must come and prove that we are one Nigeria. We are part of Nigeria. We are not. We have never been.
Mazi,
we have never been.
You know, because of my
we have never been. Since independence, we have never been. After the Civil War, they said the 3R, reintegration, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. None of them was done.
Mazi,
Go ahead, my brother.
But yeah, you know, because of it's sad. This is an interesting time, you know, and it also happened that I will not, for some days from now, or even maybe 2 weeks, I will be in this very place and I have network issue. So when that guy was talking, I didn't quite understand everything. Was he? And who is he? Is he Biafran? Asking a Biafran? I don't know. Do you know? You have any idea?
I don't know the guy really well. I think from the way he told, it might be from Biafran area. You know, they are the people who always
okay, and
nonsense.
So you see that it goes like what we were saying much earlier. I think earlier this morning or even yesterday. So are you saying that for somebody to do this, you must have to like be forced into? Now by force, why would you force me? Why do you think? Why on earth do you think that this demonic entity that was created and forced people into by the British, that we must fall in line? We must accept it, given especially the fact that for many decades it has been very tumultuous, like a prison. In fact, worse than prison for us. Subjugation, stifling, marginalization, everything put together, and you still want us? What? How is that possible? What is his name? This guy from Burkina Faso. He said that a slave that is not willing to fight for his own freedom does not deserve to be free. Huh? So why would they say, like the other one was saying, that Nnamdi Kanu must denounce Biafra? Really? Really? And you call yourself a human being that you fought, that you over 70 to 80 million people without giving them the opportunity to vote, as is done in a normal society. You don't give them opportunity to exercise their God-given right. If they want to be or not to be, you say no, you don't have that right. We've taken it away from you. You must be here. And not only that you will be there, you will remain subjugated. You will remain subhuman. You will not get to the top. And you think, Jesus Christ, it's incredible. But again, this is the thing. If I have the opportunity, like maybe I'm in the US, I'm able to address these people, I will let them know that the complexity of the whole thing. Because let no one think that the leaders, the so-called Igbo or Biafra politicians, that they cannot speak for us because they don't have our mandate. I will give instances and video evidence of a whole of Mama who they took. If he came out fourth and they took him from fourth to number one, where does that happen? So that is the guy you expect that is going to speak for me as a Biafran. They will understand. The American senators, the reps, and the rest of they will understand what we are going through. But when there's nobody doing that, that is the sad aspect. The only 2 people, Nnamdi Kanu would have done it, but he's been inside for years now. Simon Ekpa would have also do a lot. Probably the level of water would have been unimaginable, because that is another means to force the hand, right? But any other person or people, they're not saying that they shouldn't be tactical. They have to be very strategic and tactical in doing it. But again, if you remember my attitudes from the beginning, I told you that God is moving. There's something going on. The coming of Trump, when I say the people don't understand, it's not like he's the one to give up Biafra. No, far from it. But the fact is that it doesn't hurt to have a administration, the US, that will have a listening ear, that will attend to Christian massacre. Now, when you talk about Christian massacre in Nigeria, it evolves round and it touches Biafra. It touches so these things, people don't think deep enough to understand what is going on. But sometimes I think that because maybe they are not genuine for the Biafra. Maybe that is why they do what they do. Maybe that is why they take the steps they take. Because trust me, that you just have to go there and lay it out, explain everything in detail. I cannot depend on a bishop from Benue when we know that he's a one Nigerianist to explain to them what is going on. He will talk about the Christian situation like he specifically talk about his own place. Okay, now everybody is talking about the Christian because Bima had raised the issue, okay? But this is that opportunity I'm talking about from that beginning when I say that nobody can touch anybody with this U.S. administration. And I have not even in any way have a doubt or change of heart that this U.S. administration, Trump has his fault. I know. He's not perfect. I know that. And I know how transactional, that mindset of, transaction that comes before every other thing. But this current Republican U.S. administration is not the one that we capitulate. It's not the one that we kept in like Finland did. No, I've said this severally. There's also a reason why Finland capitulated. There's a reason, and I know it. I've said it. That is not going to happen with the U.S. So this is an opportunity, if you are genuine, to go out there, lay it out to the Senate and House of Rep. These people I told you who are Christian zealous, they are ready to defend Christians anywhere in the world, at least to the best of their ability. So that is the sad situation we face. But having said that, I still believe that God will find a way. He always does. Since the people who are in position to do, because again, because I think I forgot that part. I'm not saying that maybe Ngozi Orebeze, who is leading the USB, should go and put herself in any unstrategically putting herself. No, that's not what I'm saying. But just going out there to these Christians, senators and Republicans, what is going on? That's all that it takes. You are not engaging or embarking on any form of should I say conventional, or you are not doing anything that is going to amount to whatever. Even our PM, even though he was accused, it was just a false accusation because he never did anything wrong. He never organized anything to invade Yoruba land or Northern land. No, only defending your place. What is wrong with that? Self-defense. So obviously, my dear brother,
they uphold self-defense so much than any other thing. They don't play with it.
100%. 100%.
100%. Even against the 100%.
And you know that the war, the 1967 to 1970 Biafra, the war that Nigeria brought upon Biafrans, because we now know the history of what really transpired. Now we know. We are old enough to know now what happened, how it all went down. We never asked for war. Ojukwu never asked for war. All he asked for is what most of these people are asking for now: regionalism. Control yourself, I control myself. We can have the, so. But the thing is, because again, we did not have, should I say, international face or people who are out there to lay the case, to make the case to the world. The U.S. administration,
castigating.
What Nnamdi Azikiwe, like the likes of Nnamdi Azikiwe would have done it because he was a face of Africa, but he came to tell them that Ojukwu was a rebel. You see what I mean? So there's this problem that continue. I met one of my friends this evening. He said, "Awesome, na ika agulam na mausem nkone nkobo karapuzia." He was just so fed up with the whole thing.
They're getting fed up. So many Biafrans are getting
because Mazi, like I say, the Civil War, it took the likes of, he's late now. He passed on at the age of above 100. He was Secretary of State in the United States. It was at the tail end of the war, close to about 3 years, that he came and was telling the U.S. government then that these are the Jews of Africa, that they are being massacred for nothing, basically. But already then, there was already the surrender, right? So you see, that more or less is happening again now, that we do not have somebody to the U.S. Senate and what is going on. It took the effort of to go and do that. And Kuka, who is a Kaduna guy, he just saying recently, I heard him that the security situation in Nigeria is getting better. Oh my God!
That idiot, Tinubu gave him an appointment now. All these people are politicians.
You see?
Tinubu gave him an appointment. Tinubu gave him an appointment. That Kuka. Since Tinubu appointed him and gave him appointment, he never speaking. He's no longer speaking.
Oh, I didn't know that. You see? Oh, I didn't know. You are just telling me now that Tinubu gave him an appointment. So it was.
I will search for that title they gave
I
him. They gave him an
see. I see. So no wonder. That is why he's patronizing the terrorist government, saying that security situation. I just saw it today. The security situation in Nigeria is getting better. Wow. You see? So if we have to depend on this bishop from Middle Belt to be the one to lay the case in the US, that is sad. It's sad situation, given the level and the number of the elite individuals we have in the US. Yeah, people who, oh my goodness, I don't know. I don't know. It just is beyond me. But again, we just see what happens. But I'm not to be fooled, or I've seen it. Like I said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So people have to. People just gonna give up. Me, one thing with me, brothers, that I will just say like it is. I don't care. I will call it what it is. If you hate me or you sanction me, whatever, I don't care. But I will tell you what it is, because I think that the opportunity is out there now for us to make our case. Again, that is not to say that they will be the one to give us necessarily, but we need the support too. We need the support in every way possible. But if you don't speak out, if you don't go out there and make your case, then nobody, they'll just be talking about Christian massacre, Christian genocide, which is okay, we understand that, but it's beyond that. Because at the end of the day, the aim, their main focus, their center of gravity is Biafra land. I am telling you. They've said it, not just some presumption. They've said it that why they hate us is because we are like the stumbling block. We are the hindrance on their way. They said it.
Of course.
If you take away Ndibo, like they already did the Quran in the sea long ago, like they capture everywhere. Like now that they are dealing with Yorubas and Kwara, forging ahead to take over everywhere. And the Tinubu and his children, they don't even care. All they care about, they are Muslims. For them, it's okay. Half of Yoruba is Muslim, half is Christian.
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Good.
So it's really sad, my brothers. It's really sad. We are going through a lot. We are going through a lot this time, and I pray that God will help us. So it's only God that will help us on this very time that we are in. A lot of things are happening, and we must continue to pay attention. Let's say the last part of that very
around Obi. Obi has been able to prove that Nigeria and the generality of Nigerians no longer care about ethnicity or tribes. It is the status quo who want to maintain a hold over the Nigerian people that will have this ethnic sentiment and use it as a project to beat some people to place. So, Nnamdi Kanu should be dealt with like a Nigeria, and negotiations should happen with the Biafra states and leaders of the Biafra states that, upon such similar conditions or upon such conditions, Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Just the same way you are negotiating with the other ones. So I'm not even talking about Well, they will tell you that the difference is that those ones are just terrorists. But the intention of the terrorists is to Islamize the entire north and then further Islamize Nigeria. So it's also an ideology, very dangerous one, that has political motives and intentions. So it's just one and the same. We must agree to stay together as Nigeria. We must face these matters frontally. We must discuss and be together and then deal with all our fears and phobias that we have against each other as members of different ethnic groups. And today we are going to produce a great Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, comrade, for your submission. Let's bring it to the studio now. Mr. Asi, let's get a video of this. Comrade Ojekere with the opinion that the Igbos have not acted like they want to be part of Nigeria. They will show. And the question is, do we see all the tribes showing, that they was a part of Nigeria? You have amalgamation in 1914, and we have Nigeria as a nation, as a case may be, and all of that. Now, do we really need to, or does the Igbos need to show that they want to be here for them to enjoy there's no nation that they contribute?
I don't think any as we call it, ethnic nationality or group in Nigeria need to show interest to belong or be part of the nation called Nigeria. That's my opinion.
I'm sorry, Barry. I'm sorry. Don't you even think, going by what Mr. Ojekere said, that the Igbo man has demonstrated that willingness to be part of Nigeria?
Okay, more than that is numbers people. Yes. That is for me, neither here nor there. Important people, that was very fun. I am an able man. Okay. Though I'm not a popular figure in Nigeria, but I demonstrate more patriotism of being a Nigerian, as the case may be. You understand? So the yardstick on which he measured that, I cannot really say. Okay. He has a reason. For myself, I know that all I have done in my own little way, even though I'm not recognized, is it. People come to me from diverse background, religious background. In my chambers, I don't care where you are from. I have outsiders, I have Yorubas, I have Igbos on my list of clients who are in detention that I am fighting for. I fought for some of them. One of the youngest people I released from detention in River State, is from Imo State. I never knew him. I don't even know where he comes from. It was that day that I got to do that. He is even from Imo State, as case may be. That's me, a Nigerian. So I have demonstrated, more patriotism, zeal, enthusiasm, becoming part of Nigeria. And know that these people at the top, that you hear that name. So that's relative.
Talking about Igbo nation. Is there, I want us to talk about demonstrating that you want to be part of this. There is practically no community in this country that you go to outside and you.
The reason is commerce and economic reasons. So you understand? We have Lebanese here. We have Arabs in Nigeria.
Okay.
They are here not because.
Are you hearing this argument?
Because of economic policies, they are here. One of the.
Bro Christian, are you hearing this argument?
Mas, you go explain to me.
You don't hear him?
Explain to me, I'm not. No, not much. A little.
Why you don't hear him?
Because network, they disturb me. The network. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm not a popular figure in Nigeria, but I demonstrate more patriotism of being a Nigerian, as the case may be. You understand? So the yardstick on which he measured that, I cannot really say. He has a reason. For myself, I know that all I have done in my own little way, even though I'm not recognized, is it. People come to me from diverse background, religious background. In my chambers, I don't care where you are from. I have outsiders, I have Yorubas, I have Igbos on my list of clients who are in detention that I am fighting for. I fought for some of them. One of the youngest people I released from detention in River State, is from Imo State. I never knew him. I don't even know where he comes from. It was that day that I got to do that. He is even from Imo State, as case may be. That's me, a Nigerian. So I have demonstrated, more patriotism, zeal, enthusiasm, becoming part of Nigeria. And know that these people at the top, that you hear their name. So that's relative.
Talking about Igbo nation. Is there, I want us to talk about demonstrating that you want to be part of this. And there is practically no community in this country that you go to unite. The reason is commerce and economic reasons. So you understand? You understand? How come you say we have Lebanese here? We have Arabs in Nigeria. Okay. They are here not because they want to demonstrate to the Nigerians, but because of economic side, they are here. One of the motivating factors. We have to be very open. You understand the point now? It's because of economic reasons. That is the primary, that in my own opinion, that is the reason that you crisscross. If you go to the United States of America, you're going to see those Yorubas and us, like in London now, for instance. Are you telling me now that the population of Yorubas in London will feel more like the London or UK people because that? No, they are there because of the economic gains and whatever, the gains that you're going to get. That's the first motivating factor. So when you say Igbos are all over the place, I agree with you. But what are they doing there? Are they going there to sing song? They're going there to do business.
Did you hear the argument?
Mazi, go on. Yeah,
Did you see when I tell you that Nigeria can never be redeemed? Any Igbo Biafra think that Nigeria is for him is a mad person. The person is insane.
Yeah.
The question to this man is about whenever they come, they say that Igbo man should prove patriotism for Nigeria before ever he will get whatever he wants to get. Then this man was being asked, this issue of every time Igbo man was proved patriotism, they are the ones that are participating in the country more than any other person. And they are everywhere. And this man began to give example that he is a lawyer, that he has stood for Igbo people, he stood for other people's tribe. And he has been showing patriotism more than ever. And the way that Igbos that are saying that they're showing patriotism is for that they are everywhere. And that now is translated to patriotism, that they are there for their commerce. They are there for their own interest, their own benefit. That their purpose of traveling around the whole country is not for unity of the country, not for patriotism.
That sounds like what a Yoruba person will say, don't you think?
The guy is from Edo State.
Oh, well, not the same now, more or less.
You can imagine people that have this kind of mindset and they're telling you to be, and you see this man
enemies
telling you that he's a lawyer, he stood for somebody in Imo State, and this idiot forgot that Mazen Nandekano paid for an Hausa man's lawyer when he was in detention. Mazen Nandekano personally paid for lawyers to come and stand for Hausa, about 5 of them. Mazen Nandekano footed their case bill, paid lawyers to come and release them from detention. This thing is Mazen Nandekano did it.
So Mazen,
and he's making this example.
So Mazen,
our traveling around is for commerce, is for personal interest, that you cannot talk. That means these people are all together in this hatred on Igbos. They are together in it. They don't want us to be part of them.
Yeah.
You can't pretend that there is no way you can pretend to make these people like you. They will never ever. You can imagine what somebody who claims to be educated is saying on a national TV. In every case, we must go extra mile to.
The problem is that.
Go ahead, my brother.
Mazi, yeah, but I said the problem is that when a hater like him, like this Edo guy, when he speaks, and there is no a Biafran or an Igbo person there to put him in his place, to kind of, put him to shame with his stupid argument, that is where it becomes very unfortunate. That's where it becomes very unfortunate. Because he said that Igbos or Biafrans, that they travel around, that is not because of patriotism, but because of personal business, right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
It's a little bit unfortunate. It's a little bit unfortunate that I'm having network issue, but we keep managing. Now, so the thing is, what does he expect, or what does he want them to do when they travel? To go and lie down and tell them that what exactly does he expect? People who are investing in the entire place. Is that not that is the highest form of patriotism? The fact that you don't discriminate. You go to Yoruba, you buy land, you build, you develop, you employ people. You go to the north, you do the same. You develop the place. When you come to a dark place, you bring light. How much? I mean, it doesn't get any more patriotic than that, isn't it?
My brother. I am waiting.
So
I'm waiting for that presenter to respond to him. I'm waiting for the presenter to respond. I'm waiting. We are still going to go on. Let's see what the response of that presenter will be. Because that presenter is an Igbo guy.
Okay, well, Oboro Okoro, not be Okoro, that's Okoro for VOP.
Okoro.
Okay, can I get into? Okay, can I always respond? Okay, I'm okay.
Okay. Can I respond?
I was out settlements. So what they go there is in the business. That's what I'm saying. That's the so what kind of demonstration? That will kind of demonstration about. Is it demonstration like people is playing? People is close to because he wants to go to us and go. He's campaigning because he wants to go.
What's not getting?
Okoro asked him, just like that question you asked, what Okoro asked him, he said, what kind of demonstration do you want us to demonstrate for you to make know that we are patriotic? Do you know what
exactly?
He said? Do you know what
exactly?
He said this kind of patriotism of Peter Obi going around campaigning.
And the always question. The Chineke got boko. Yeah.
Chineke very money. And
yeah.
this you see the kind of idiots that come on national TV to come and claim they know something.
Yeah.
Ask him,
so
what kind of patriotism
Okoro
do you expect from an Igbo person? He said,
yeah. Well, that was.
Go ahead.
Well, that is exactly what I also said. How does he want them to show patriotism? I remember back in the days when I was home, even in Onitsha, the Northerners, they will come to Biafra land, to Igbo land. They will trade and trade and trade. At the end of the day, they use mat. They roll the mat and they go back home. That is where you know. That is where you know that these people don't believe in the country and that they are not patriotic. But when Igbo goes there to the north or to Yoruba land, they build, they develop, they create business, they create job, employ people, and they pay tax. How patriotic does it get? Oh my goodness. Well, thank goodness. Okoro asked him, because I know Okoro, that's why I asked you if he was Okoro, because I know he has brain. Okoro has brain. Sometimes he can be brave, but sometimes they are apprehensive, they are mindful.
Okoro will finish the question. He never ask and finish, he goes still ask another one. You see this?
You know, Okoro.
Do you see these people? You can imagine. In the Hausa person, Yoruba person will come to Biafra land. Biafrans will give them land free of charge. Sometimes a land that is already prepared, even a house that is already built, when they are living that place, that house will be worse than it was when you gave it to them. The environment will be worse than it is when you give it to them. Go to everywhere where you have a Hausa. It is still the same way it was. That is the way it is. But look at the Biafran people. When they go to your area, you give them bush, forest, swamp, and they turn it to a city. And you say that is not patriotism?
Mazi.
You call it just self-agent?
Yeah.
Make a better money about it.
Mazi, that Edo guy that made that statement is nothing short of just hatefulness, just hate, pure hate. You know why? Because even the people who you list. Hello?
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, even those that you list a spade to speak the truth, when it comes to patriotism, they've spoken about the Igbos when they are trading all over the country, southwest to north to everywhere, how they come in, they build, they develop, and they stay. They don't want to go back. They take it as home. So how much patriotism can a people show? And they pay tax. Obasanjo have said it. Even Buhari have said it. Buhari said that these are people, when they go, that where they want to go, that they have houses everywhere, they have business everywhere, where they want to live, go out of Nigeria. You know what I mean, eh? But he is saying that it's a shame that the guy will speak like that. But he knows the truth, but he's just being deceitful. And this is why, like I always say, that one by one, because Igbos have demonstrated patriotism beyond above any other region, any other tribe in that country. Everybody knows it. And that is why some are finding it difficult because of how much they've invested in the country. How much patriotic does it get than that? You know, they leave everything, they pour everything in other regions. And this Edo guy is coming to say they are not showing patriotism, that the business they are establishing here and there is personal interest. Really? Oh, it's a shame.
Let's see what the other thing that Okoro is going to say.
Nigeria of tomorrow. A Nigeria that everybody will be proud of. So he's not doing that because of that primordial, first interest of business to go and make some money. I'm not very proud. This is my own objective thing. Opinion as case may be. So now let me tell you, let me tell you situation, for instance. I am not an Igbo man, but every forum I've been to, I've been to, I have campaigned, I have spoken that Nnamdi cannot be released. Years back, I remember that if I send some of my video clips to you, you will see where I've been agitating for the release of Nnamdi, not because I'm an Igbo man, but for the fact that the procedure for which a Nigerian citizen was brought to trial was fought under the rule of law. And the main problem that people don't want to talk about in Nigeria today is that if you don't ask that section 2 of the 1999 Constitution, act from that constitution, we are going to be having situations of this nature in our hands, where a government can just wake up and just say the man wants to divide Nigeria, and they go after you, they arrest you. They tried that the Sunday to what this may be. But thank God he was able to get himself out of the hook. That of Nnamdi Kanu was this. What did the Buhari and his people, what they used the argument on? It was on section 2. Whether rightly or wrongly, that he is preaching division of Nigeria. Then secondly, that he was insulting the then president. He made the matter personal. And he was not kept there. Nigeria had to spend millions of naira, if not dollars, to go and kidnap. I'm sorry, but that is the word I have to use. Open and close. To go and abduct Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya down to Nigeria. Spending so enormous amount of money to even get foreign forces to help them get Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. I don't know whether I was blindfolded. The same Buhari did the same thing to Umaru Diko. When he felt that he wanted to get to Mandika and get at him by all means, he had to sponsor some agents, some mercenaries, to go and abduct Mandika and put him in a train and brought him to Nigeria. So what kind of a president was that man? That is number one. Number two is this. The judicial system has not heard the case of Nnamdi Kanu. The Kenya Supreme Court recently voided the adoption of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. And the same manner Nnamdi Kanu was abducted. I don't know whether they are playing the script of Turkey, because Turkey, the Prime Minister, visited Buhari that time. Whether they are playing the script of Turkey, I don't know. The way they took Abdallah Öcalan from the same Kenya to Turkey. And he is the one is still in detention to today. The same way they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu as the case may be. So they have to release, in my opinion, Nnamdi Kanu, if not through legal means, through political means. That is the only way I feel this can be resolved. All right, then, thank you very much.
Oh, you see, this man have revealed another thing. I didn't even know that this. I didn't even know that it's not today that Kenya started this business of kidnapping somebody from their country. I didn't even know that Turkey went to Kenya to kidnap their own activists. I'm just hearing that one now.
What did he say?
Are you aware of that one? He said that before Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya, that Turkey did the same thing in Kenya. They went to Kenya and kidnapped an activist, took him to Turkey, and that man is still in jail up to today. Before the president of Turkey visited Nigeria, and then they went in the same route.
A Turkish.
Before then,
is it even a
Turkish? Yes, Turkish visited Nigeria, and then Buhari went for his own to go and kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and bring him, doing the same thing that Turkey did. I never even had this one. This one, I'm just hearing this now. I'm not even aware of this one.
Mazi, are you? Because say network they give me problem. but they manage. Okay. So is he saying that the Turkish government went to Kenya and kidnapped a Turkish activist, a Turkish citizen? Is that what you said? Okay.
And they gave Nigeria, they were the one that gave Nigeria the same idea. He said they were the one who gave Nigeria the same idea because they visited Nigeria during that time of Buhari. Turkish president or their representative visited Nigeria before they went to.
Okay. Is it if? Yeah, but you know that. No, but you know that Buhari has also done it during his military tenure. You remember?
Yes, he did it. That's true. With Omar Rico.
So, yeah, exactly. So obviously, except, I mean, if he's after that, then it's not because of Turkey, because he already have the, should I say, the blueprint or the I don't know, the ambition of kidnapping people, because he did it as military and he did it as civilians too. So, but anyway, yeah, Okoro did not quite put the man in his place, or they are still on. I don't know.
No, they are not on. I think the clip is finished. It has ended.
Yeah, but yeah, you see, but that is the thing, because I could be wrong, but I feel like because they are in the zoo, there's always the apprehension to what extent they are willing to go.
Yes,
because we've seen it when somebody who is bold begin to speak, the network, they're trying to shut you down because they don't want to incur the wrath of the zoo government. This is a terrorist government. No, there's no absolute no doubt about that. You know, people have to get that straight. That because what is the reason why the government will know? Look at what the terrorists are doing, and they know where they are. One of the governors in one of the states in the north say that they know the terrorists, they know where they camp, they know everything. And they came to meeting with all their arms and everything, and they went back quietly, and they continue to terrorize the people. And the government of Tinubu will not order the military to go there and flush them out. That simply tells you all you need to know. Yeah.
It's so sad, my brother. We've come to the end of the program, this evening program. I don't even stay up to this time. Because of your presence, that is why I've spent this long time. If I were to do it alone, just 1 hour. And thank you so much, my brother, for your support and joining me to add this voice and continue to speak to Biafrans, for those who cares to understand and those who want to enlighten themselves, those who want to go into critical thinkings and use their brain. That is why we are here. We are not here for the dumb ones. We are not here for those who are interested in propaganda, blackmail, or attacking their brother or sister. That's not what we are here for. We are here for those who really care about the issue of Biafra. We will continue to come as much as we can. Thank you so much, my beloved brother Christian. Please give us your closing remarks as we just close the program.
Okay. Thank you, my dear brother Chus. We have to continue. And I believe that because we haven't come to take from anybody, we haven't come to destroy anybody. All we ask is to be free. It's just as simple as that. It's not too much to ask. Therefore, God is on our side and will continue to be on our side. And we turn everything that He has to turn for us to achieve our goal. So, and though they are trying, but they will continue to fail. Why they are holding these two leaders that we have is because they know also that, for example, let's assume that Finland did not capitulate, they leave Simon. By now, everybody we know where they belong. All this he say, she say, this one is that, accusation and counter accusation. It will end because we already know whom he is. We already know who Mazen Kano is. They won the battle, the battle of hearts and mind of Biafra. They've won it because they earn it.
Yes.
You know, they've been tested. You know, so but that is why, and the enemy know that's why they are holding these two people for no reason, just against all reasonable, logical, whatever. They are holding them because they know that just leave the rest, let them continue to perambulate, continue to rant, you know. And if they leave Simon Ekpa, he will unify the people and have a unifying voice, and they move on. If you leave Nnamdi Kanu, same goes. But at the end of the day, we will laugh last. I pretty much believe that we will laugh last. Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
Bless you too, my brother. Good night and have a very happy weekend. Fellow Biafrans, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for joining, fellow Biafrans. I wish all of you a very wonderful weekend. We are going to be here tomorrow evening. We will not have our morning program. Our program tomorrow will be in the evening. May Chukwu Kabagara protect all of you, and may Chukwu Kabagara protect all our leaders who are in detention, Mazi Nandekano and Mazi Samoneba. Thank you so much for being there and stay blessed. See you tomorrow evening.
Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear. Now go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they are they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat your love. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It's very close and they feel when the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it on. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. But now them they shoot us.